We have some distinguished visitors today. I hope you're all making them feel welcome. So please, two of them happen to be sitting in rather close proximity, so we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, Lions, I have $2 today. The first one is because apparently I was caught in the Daily News photo array.
Don't stand under the speaker. Get up on the speaker.
And I'm very happy because my eyes were open at the time. And my other happy dollar is, and this is why I was working on the Sonic defense, some other dude did it. I was in Kalama this morning, just in time to see the Lions load up their papers. So I won't be making my quota for the Pioneer Lions today. And yeah, they were looking at me, but I had my defense ready. Some other dude did it. Are there any other happy dollars? Oh, good. Past Presidente Gary.
It's been so long since I've had a happy dollar King Lion, fellow Lions and guests. In 1989, I had a motorcycle stolen from my yard. 3 months later, they caught the guy. I got my first restitution check yesterday for $3.60. I'm down $1 though. Oh, I haven't given it to you.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Well, not really.
You only have $1 for us? No.
I must have given it to you.
Yeah, I think he gets it.
Oh, okay. How about over here? Any happy dollars?
Yeah.
Lion John.
Rooster Paul.
King Lion Ron. I was happy I won that cake last meeting. It was real good, took it to the VFW meeting. I was going to take some home, but they even let me play it.
Any happy dollars over here? Second Vice District Governor Monte, he had the sticky fingers trying to steal my microphone. That is a finable offense in this club. So is sitting in this close proximity to one of your fellow Kalama Lions. So yeah, we'll take that, Buck. Oh, we'll take 2, sure. Well, Maryland isn't as bad as she seems. He of great stature. Is that who you're talking about? Yeah, well, we'll move on. It's only an hour meeting. Welcome, Lion Sarah. I'm sorry you're great. President Lion Sarah. I'm sorry you have to keep this company, but wow, look at Lion Bob is here. Any happy dollars over here? Oh, let's see. Spring training? No. Signing day? Maybe. Or maybe you're just happy.
I'm happy and sad. King Lion, fellow Lions, I guess. First of all, my first dollar is I'm sad because I'm having football withdrawal. I had to spend the weekend cleaning my desk in the house because I had no footballs to watch. The happy dollar is that they had a good recruiting season. The head coach has been extended for 5 years, so hopefully my son will have another 5-year job.
All right.
Hey, Pat Palmer's walking.
Past District Governor, Distinguished Orator Jim.
King Lion Ron, fellow Lions and guests, I would like to give a happy $50. But I don't have 50, so I'm going to give 1. I'm very happy. Ivy and I took a little trip yesterday. And we went up where she could have her eyes worked on so she can see me better. And she said everything is clear now except for these little spots. Yeah, you're the spot.
And she still came home with you. Okay. Lion Ron.
President Ron Bellines and guests, I was really happy to see Mike and Pat Parker's vehicle out in the parking lot. And I walked up and Mike has lost the weight. I said, "What's going on, Mike?" And he said, "Well, somebody said he's starting to look like Bill Pontius." So that was his incentive to lose the weight.
That's a mean group.
We may have a rebuttal here, I'm not sure. Would you stand up and fashion that slim body of yours?
Slim.
King Lion Ron, fellow Lions and guests, this isn't a rebuttal. This is kind of goes along with what Pat's own chairman Gary said about your restitution check for $360 or something like that. I got a settlement check yesterday that I'll give to you. But it has to be cashed within 120 days, and it's for 27 cents.
Is that for the Sprint thing?
Yeah,
I got 3 of them.
I got one for $2.60 yesterday.
I got 3 of them.
President Ron visits guest. I have a happy dollar to kind of so we can all sing happy birthday to Greg today.
Yes.
Where's Hal when you really need him? Okay, Marilyn.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
They love you, man.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, this is a birthday buck. Today, I am now 39. Again, I think if I'm not mistaken, this is for the 30th time.
Pass on Chair George.
And your horse is older too.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, I'm just happy to see that Greg's still with us and getting older.
And uglier.
Past President Pat.
Oh, President Ron, fellow Lions and guests. I guess this is the week of the rebate checks, huh? So, Ryan Howell and I Sprint telephones back in the early 2000s, okay? And we paid $400 a month for about 4 years to have the privilege of having these wonderful things. Recently, in the last 10 years or so, a $17 million lawsuit was filed against them for this huge class action lawsuit, right? So today, I'm able to report that they rebated in 3 separate checks a total of $52.78.
Oh, you got more.
And apparently, I went online and the lawyers ended up making $7.8 million out of the settlement, and everybody else got it back. So, for all the lawyers or former lawyers, I'm really, really happy for those guys. There is nothing wrong with this economy, ladies and gentlemen. It's thriving and everybody's employed. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Lion Sam and I had a great weekend again. I ended up playing some video games. For those of you that know me, it's almost like a cardinal sin. But it was pouring rain, and it seemed like the best thing to do. We also got 9 homework assignments done. You know, because it's the first 10 days of the new semester. The third is that, you know, it's kind of fun to walk. It really is. And as I've watched over the years, some of our older members, Bert, Jim Reineke, as I've watched them shuffle out the doors each day, I thought, well, I hope I never end up walking like that. But most recently, I more felt like Lion Ron Stoppler, except for I haven't had any parts replaced.
Does anybody else think Sprint was getting screwed for $400 providing cell phone to the Palmers? Lion John.
Oh, thank you, President Ron, members and guests. I'm gonna put $5 in for two reasons. We had, if any of you know, we had an interesting thing happen to us last week at the Columbia Theater where we had a sellout performance that was canceled and rescheduled. Unfortunately, it's going to happen, and Colin Ray will be here on the 13th. It'll be a great performance, and we expect to sell that one out again. So we had to give something back, but it was some late nights that our staff put in over there, calling people, getting people, and the good news is, this Saturday night we went and sat and waited to see who was going to show up that didn't get contacted or didn't get back in touch with us. One couple showed up.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And it was their fault. So, and they admitted it was their fault because there's no way we could get in touch with them.
Was it Hal Baller?
I wouldn't have been surprised, but Hal's too cheap to buy a ticket. Wait, Hal's not here, is he? I'm sorry, I was wasted. So the second part of my $5 goes to the fact that tonight, for the first time in a long time, we have a show, Seven Brides and Seven Brothers, that is sold out to the walls. There's not a ticket available anywhere. We're really thrilled with that. That's really important. So if you got tickets for that, you're lucky. If you didn't, I hope to just rejoice that we sold it out, not a ticket left anywhere. So we're going to be scrambling if we have any problems tonight. People sitting in other people's laps, but I think we'll be fine. Thank you so much.
Any more happy dollars from, oh, yes we do. Past District Governor Mark.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, dollar number one is for the opportunity that I had last week to facilitate a community meeting in Tootle. I was told there'd be 10 or 15 people there, and we're going to go over a few items, and we had an agenda. Approximately 50 people showed up. They had very strong opinions. Luckily, they had a good facilitator, so we were able to get through the meeting. Me. Second happy dollar, after not getting away for any weekends with my wife since probably late September, early October, we got away for a weekend. I took yesterday off. It was nice to get up to the cabin and use that. And lastly is a sad dollar. You'll hear more about that when I have my Red Valentine announcement in just a little bit.
Were it not for your humility, Mark, you'd be almost perfect.
So close, so close.
Lion Sam.
Well, yes, once again, that party of Lion, Phil, President Ron, fellow Lions and guests. Last week, Ray and I offered up a couple dollars, basically sad dollars for friends that had passed in the last month, and I forgot to offer a dollar for the wonderful job that Judy Fromdahl did at the memorial service for Marlene Hanson, Marlene McCulloch, the wife of Don McCulloch. Judy did a wonderful job.
Third VP, Duncan.
President Ron, fellow Lions guests, had a real nice visitation last night to Monticello. Greg Turr, George Moore, Ron, myself, and Wayne Smith, we all showed up there and got to listen about Crawford Spencer's vacation.
What was that name again? What was the last name? Yeah, close.
Crawford Spence.
Any more happy dollars up here at the head table? Oh, our president is waving big, big bucks in my face. Yes, sir.
More back.
Lions and guests. I have 5 happy dollars. My daughter came down from Maple Valley. She left from the auto show over there in Portland and stopped by the house for about 5 hours, and I had to take her and the 2 grandkids to dinner. With that, I'm done. Call this meeting to order.
One more.
I've got a rebuttal on that. President Ron, you forgot to tell them though, when your daughter down here, it cost you about $40. I had to fix your sink and a couple other things.
That's true. Steve Patterson, lead us in the invocation.
Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for allowing us to gather as clients and friends. We pray your blessing on the food that we're eating, as it will strengthen our bodies and our love for our projects and for each other. Amen.
Mike Parker, lead us in pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Marilyn, lead us in the song. My country is of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims' pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Do we have a sunshine report?
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, I don't have any new news, just that Duncan's wife is home, but he's thinking about having to take her back to the hospital. And I think that's all I have.
How about Tom Wright?
What about Tom?
I took him to lunch last Thursday. He's on an oxygen tank. He's hard breathing. His lungs are just functioning just enough to barely make it. So he's on oxygen.
And Pat is here. She was here earlier. Pat was here earlier.
Lion tamers, do we have any guests?
Yes. President Ron, fellow Lions and guests. We have several guests today. The first one is Doug Morgan. He is a guest. Early Reese, if he would stand. And from the Kalama Lions, we have Mike Hendrick. Second Vice District Governor Monty Ward. And then our guest speaker, I believe today, is Pam Peiper. No, she's a friend of Keith Huff. Sorry.
We might need her to speak though, since my speaker hasn't showed up yet.
Tell us about yourself.
We have I have an announcement. We have a board meeting coming up Thursday, 7 a.m. at the Carriage. And also we have a zone meeting coming up next week, the 18th, at Chinese Gardens at 6:30. President Sarah from Kalama Lions has an announcement.
She will need a mic. She don't even have a loud voice.
Keep it for a little while.
Hi. Our Kalama Lions has 2 events coming up. We have on March 1st, Swedish pancake breakfast. That's going to be served from 9 to 11. We have tickets for sale here. They're $7 each. And I'm pretty sure it'll be all you can eat when you come. The menu is Swedish pancakes, lingonberry sauce, whipped cream, ham, juice, milk, and coffee. And it'll be our first Swedish pancake breakfast that we'll be doing. And April 11th is going to be our 75th anniversary dinner event. And the ticket, there will be invitations to the club sent out. The tickets will be $15 a dinner. And really quite an event that we're putting together. Oh yes, it's going to be in Kalama at the community building. So more information on that will come out to your club later.
George Moore has an announcement.
President Ron, fellow lines and guests, we have a couple visitations coming up. Ron already mentioned the Zoom meeting. There's only 3 people so far signed up, and we need to know how many are going so that Ron can let the zone chairman know so we have arrangements for everybody. So the slips back here on the table, please sign up before you leave if you're going to go. Also on Thursday the 26th, we're going to visit Battleground. It's also on the sign-up sheet back here. We'll be coming before about 6 p.m. Thank you.
George Moss, or James Mossman has an announcement.
It's George Moss.
He looks like a George.
President Ron, friends and guests, members, we're going to have a civic improvement meeting right over here after our meeting, and we'll explore ways to improve our community.
Dwayne Smith has an announcement.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, as you noticed, we are running the camera, and this last week I sent out an email to everyone that was on the email list at pioneerlions.org. And what I do is I make a video, edit it, and then I upload it to YouTube, and that's what I send is the link that's to YouTube for the video. Also, I've been making videos and submitting them to Kale TV, and they play them whenever they feel like it on Channel 11, and occasionally on Channel 28. So we do get some publicity out of it. So if you're not receiving the email link, then go ahead and get a hold of me, and I'll add your email name to the list.
President Ron, fellow Lions and guests, brought Rip Valentine's last week. It's a wonderful fundraiser for reading is fundamental. 100% of the dollars go to buy books for children in the area. Unfortunately, we took an extra day off, and I came in late last night, and I didn't put the Valentines back in my car to bring them here today. However, I do have a sheet, and I will hand bring the Valentines to anybody who didn't get a chance to get a Valentine. Give me your name and contact information, and I will bring you the Valentine for a nice donation.
President Ron, it appears that we might have a thief in the group, and he is a dignitary. And he's also doing an unauthorized visit. And, you know, this club takes great pride in not losing its paraphernalia. And I don't know how this could happen. Ron, would you like to sell and buy this back from?
Well, let him pay for the fine.
Well done.
That's it.
Now we're home.
Keith, do we have a program today?
Sure.
You're it, huh?
You want me to talk?
No.
Can you keep it under 5 minutes?
King Lion Ron, fellow Lions and guests. I swear to God, I had a speaker set up, multiple emails back and forth, all the arrangements made. It was, just in case you want to give her a hard time, it was Diane Kraft from Cal Senior Communities. So,
Yeah.
so I keep popping my head out there to see if she's wandering around or didn't know where the Longview Eagles was or what.
Diane wanders around a lot.
I know, she does. What's that?
Did you try her cell number?
I don't have her cell number. Do you have her cell number?
Can we put a picture of all of us here?
So anyways, it is what it is, I guess. Every now and then I get stood up. So, every time the dinger goes off, I think it's her walking in, and it's not. So
I think the new members would really enjoy knowing what these patches mean on the banners behind us.
the new members, I'll let somebody else deal with that. So
supposedly tells us that every week.
yeah, supposedly. Well, there's
Just don't listen.
yeah, there's the lion facing forward and the lion facing back.
Membership excellence.
There's an L over a purple background with a gold ring around it, and that represents our unity and cause. You want to take over, John? Where's Patterson at?
Have a candle for me.
Just voice note.
I don't know.
She's at a meeting somewhere.
Yeah, she got double booked, I guess. I see where I rate. So we got the Vader Lions.
Yeah.
Have their crab feed coming up. Did everyone see that yet? You like crab? So Vader Lions 8th annual crab feed is Saturday, February 28th, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at the Vader Assembly of God, which is the corner of A and 6th Street. You need to buy your tickets before Friday, February 20th. So you're on a clock. And you might as well go get them now because we don't have anything else going on. You got $26 for a whole crab dinner, $18 for half crab dinner, and $10 for lasagna only dinner. So if you don't like crab.
The crabs from Holy Flock Creek are a lot cheaper than the other ones.
I don't know. Do we have anything else?
No. Unless John's got something for...
What's happening in the world of IT?
What's that? Yeah. No.
I can talk
Do we want to go over the Club Excellence program?
Why don't we?
Does Mark want to participate in that conversation? The Club Excellence program?
Oh, Marilyn has something too.
Well, we had JD do a whole presentation on it about a month ago, but...
Well, I think we want to make sure that the club's aware of kind of what the process is and where we're at. So, do you want to give an update, or do you want me to, or? So. 5 minutes, I can share something about the program. Okay, so we had JD, District Governor JD up here to talk about the Club Excellence program. First Vice President Russ has been working hard to secure a facilitator. I want to call it a mediator, but it's a facilitator.
We might go to that.
We might need a mediator, and we've got some preliminary dates that we'll be taking to the board, to the full board, for authorization to move forward. We've also got the questionnaire. Now, if the board puts the final approve on this process going forward, all of you as members will be asked to fill out the survey and send those surveys directly to the facilitator, which at this point looks like it's going to be PDG. Or
Alan Hunt.
I know. I want to put. What's his right title?
PCC.
PCC Alan
Like
Hunt.
Hal.
PCC Alan. Not like Hal.
Well, similar title.
So it was interesting to us on the exec board because we learned that they want the forms sent directly to Alan because other clubs in the past have filtered the surveys and eliminated negative comments so their club looked good, which we wouldn't do. We wouldn't do at all.
She wants to speak a little bit.
Okay. So, did you have something to add to this? So anyways, we're going to get that out to you guys. We'll probably have the surveys here. We'll send them out in the newsletter. We'll have them available on the website if we go forward with this process. And so we want to make sure, as your executive team and as the board, we really want to make sure everyone participates, because it's about the health of the club. It's about the club moving forward. It's about facilitating change within the club that just happens naturally. So, Mark?
Thank you, Keith. Just a couple of comments along those lines. Just as it turns out, a week ago Saturday, I attended facilitator training for the Club Excellence process. I'm one of the, I think there's 9 of us for Southwest Washington that are now trained as facilitators. No, we would not come in and facilitate our own club. That's not something that would happen. I did learn that the facilitating process, they actually require 2 facilitators now, not just 1. So I know there'd been some discussion of whether or not to use Alan. There's also a formal process where you notify Lions Clubs International. Apparently you've gotten some of that information back. But as part of the process, that came from Al Hunt, which would explain, we were there and we were hearing how the process works, and I said that Pioneer Lions had applied for this process, and they looked on the list and no, we hadn't. The part of the problem is that one of the people that would be notified in the district is the club membership team lead chair, or the district lead membership person, so that would be me. I hadn't heard any notifications. So we'll work on that and get that official through the process. We did talk about the surveys. That is very important. Part of the reason they also want the surveys to go to the facilitator, because sometimes people may hold back their comments if they're going to somebody else they know in the club. But if you have it just open so anybody can respond to the neutral party, they will do that. We're trained to scrub the names. In other words, it'll be an issue and a topic. It won't be a specific individual if there's problems like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to...
It'll be like 9 a.m. to 3 on a Saturday.
Typically, it's about 6 hours total for the process to go through. The facilitator will take the information gleaned from the surveys. They'll also look at a few other things. They recommend doing a community needs assessment. I think it's a wonderful tool. However, based on the way our community is, I would suggest that we may, and I maybe have to attend a board meeting, you guys can take this back, but I think it would be best if we do a community needs survey with other clubs in the area, perhaps not just Lions clubs. Perhaps we'll look at that, doing it with Rotary and Altrusa and Kiwanis, but we can talk about that a little ways down the line. Any general questions on Club Excellence process? That it really is, when it first came out, a lot of people thought, oh, it's for weak clubs that need to get better. It's for any club to improve themselves. And those of us who have been involved in a number of organizations know that any organization needs kind of a look back at itself every 3 to 5 years to continue improving. So I would strongly, I'm very, very happy to see that Longview Pioneer is going through this process. Anything else you want to add?
You sound like an authority on the subject, so...
I guess I am now. I'll let you know after I do a couple up in Tacoma. I'm already on Sharon Sykes' list to be an assistant facilitator. So,
also, Steve Somerset is planning on coming down with Alan Hunt when he comes down.
Yeah, that's what I said. We thought we needed to find 1. We actually need to find 2, and since they're working as a team, that will work in.
What else do you want to do?
Pam wanted to speak a little bit. We got enough time.
Okay, so it just happened that I had got a text message from my friend Pam, asked me what I was doing for lunch, and I said I got to meet with a bunch of old codgers.
But he's leaving.
And some pretty ladies. But, so we'll give her an opportunity. Bye, Mike. We'll, it just works out. We'll give her an opportunity to speak to the club. I think this time last year I actually brought them in officially, but I had other plans this year. So, so I'd ask that you give a warm welcome to Pam Peiper. She's the outreach director for the Congresswoman's office, and maybe you want to come up and just give us a little update on your outreach efforts. since you're an outreach director. Where you probably spend a lot of time with. An outreach director spends time out in the community trying to understand the needs and working with community members, but unfortunately also has to work with a lot of the local politicians. So they spend time with people like Kim Botero and George Rayner. And no, she avoids. Yeah, he's not elected to anything. He's a former. He's an also ran, so doesn't count. Go ahead.
Thanks, Keith. Well, I don't know what your schedule. I also do scheduling for the Congresswoman, and when I usually schedule events for her, you know, the people usually tend to show up. So I can help you out with that, Keith. I've known Keith long enough. I feel comfortable throwing him under the bus, and why not? Well, actually, since I am here, I will take up a little bit of your guys' program. What did I do? Okay, can you hear me now?
Just come to, yeah, there you go.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I will just, since I am here, give you guys a quick little update on Jaime. The new Congress has started. She is serving on the Appropriations Committee again. She has in the past. She has a few different committee assignments that she's kind of shifted around in. She is now on Energy and Water, which gives her jurisdiction over the Army Corps. Which is helpful for a lot of our region in Southwest Washington. Anybody through the river, she's been doing a lot of work on the Columbia River, getting the jetties, getting Army Corps funding to get a lot of that going to help our $20 billion of commerce that comes into this region through that river, through our ports and other systems along that. So excited about being in that position. Commerce, Science, and Justice is another subcommittee under there. She will be on Financial Services as well, which covers the FDIC, the IRS, jurisdiction over them and some of their budgets, and then general government as well. As they're moving through, let's skip out. This year, we're slowly moving into the appropriations process. We'll start having all the committee hearings, going through different agencies' budgets, working on that, and then trying to get everything funded and keep the government in general order as opposed to the continuing resolutions that it's been operating under in the past. So as far as DC right now, that is just the big thing, is just going through the appropriations process. I would say too, as far as here in the district, she is going to be announcing that she'll be having our office hours here in Cowlitz County at the City Hall, where we'll have a staff member up here the first and third Monday of each month from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to help folks if you're having any problems or know of anybody that's having any problems with a federal agency, can't get their VA claims, having problems with Social Security. Our office is here to help and serve you folks here. With that, that's kind of a lot of what's going on. The big part of what we are here to do is just listen to you folks, give feedback to Jaime and how she can better serve you guys. So if anybody ever has any questions, concerns, or anything about what she's doing or a problem that you guys are facing with a federal agency, please feel free to contact our office. With that, yes, sir.
How's their daughter?
Abigail is doing great. For folks that may not know, she was diagnosed when she was pregnant with a fatal syndrome. It's called Potter syndrome, where her kidneys don't develop, or she doesn't have kidneys, her lungs don't develop, and then the babies usually pass away right at birth. Abigail is the first baby to survive that. She is doing fantastic. She is growing. She's just got a little bit more weight to put on before she will get a transplant, and she will get one of her parents' kidneys, and then continue to lead a full adult life. So she's just your happy little kind of little baby that's crawling all over the place, keeping mom and dad up at night, and keeping them on their toes. Yes. Yeah.
You know, whatever your feelings are about the new bridge, replacing the old bridge down in Vancouver, the Columbian read an article that you probably read a few weeks ago about the fighting among the politicians down there, actually of one party, two state senators. And the problem that caused, to basically, as I read the article, it said that Washington, D.C. had just walked away from it because of those problems. Is there a role for the Congresswoman here to maybe get things back
going again?
She has been very active on that project in the Columbia River crossing down in Vancouver, going over to Oregon. One of the big things that she has always said is she does not want to strap the people of Southwest Washington with the bill for this, that everyone has got to come to the table. When they have a reasonable solution that will work for the bridge replacement, she believes that we do need a new bridge, we need to address this situation, but when it's something that the community is agreeing on and not having to pay the major fund of, she is happy to help at the federal level in securing any funds for New Start projects. Yes, sir, in the back.
Any information about a national health program, aka volunteer?
Well, it's still there. I think the state is going through their enrollment process right now for people signing up. As far as what is the major questions for regarding the ACA, Affordable Care Act?
Vote to repeal it?
She has. She believes that we need to repeal and replace. There are a lot of things within the system and how it was that are just not working for everyone. So
Replace with what?
they need to come up with a solution. I don't know that the solution is actually, they've come up with anything. I know she's talked about being able to purchase insurance across state lines, just a bigger gap for that as well. Yes, sir.
I also want to thank your office for putting me in contact with the state insurance commissioner, and he was the person who leveraged my complaint with Kaiser and Galvin on all the time. Thank you very much.
Perfect, and thank you. We're always here to help, and if not, find the right people. Thank you.
Everything else?
I will let you guys get back to your program, and I'll try not to, be too mean to Keith.
On behalf of the Pioneer Alliance, I want to send you this mug and an application to join our club.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
We better adjourn before Palmer gets to the microphone.
Right.
Marilyn wanted to say something.
Marilyn?
Hey, thank you.
Who is that?
Who is that?
I don't recognize
Time's up.
Hey, woo, I'll just do this. As long as we needed to fill time, I just thought I'd bring up some of the clothing items. For new members, it's great to give you all of those clothing items that we'd like to have as extras, but history has it that we have had t-shirts, the regular short sleeve t-shirts, and our yellow coats as our our official uniforms. And then a few years ago, some of the people who have served as clothing chairs offered options and said, what do you think about getting some options? And the club on the whole just loved that idea, to be able to be more creative. I think we are the only club that I have met in all of our travels as district governors that have so many choices in clothing. So it's kind of fun. We have a little fashion show sometimes. But just to clarify it, we're really known for those yellow coats and our t-shirts, which are our working shirts. But as many of you have purchased, polo shirts are awesome to have. Polo shirts are great for conferences and special events. And additional choices of the vests, the windbreakers, the sweatshirts are just great ways of advertising yourself among the community. So you not only can have our official clothing, and nobody's forcing anyone to choose those items, but it's just great to know that we are known for our yellow coats. So if you have an opportunity to purchase a yellow coat, and don't feel pressured to do it, but if you want one, that's great. So any questions on that? Okay. Another thing, when we were at convention in October, we participated, those who had yellow jackets, and we wore polo shirts, and we participated in the contest and awards uniform parade. I believe that they're going to try to establish that again in the spring conferences. Last year was the first time I'd noticed it, and it was sort of an impromptu thing. They offered up clubs to come and walk through, and so we did do that, but it wasn't really a planned event. Want to bring that up because at the October conference or convention, which was the MD19 annual convention, we thought maybe it'd be kind of fun to stir it up a little bit and do something different, because what they expect to see us in is our yellow coats and our polo shirts. We talked about aprons, and so I have ordered a couple of aprons as samples, and I'm going to present that to the board so that they can see what it is. And I don't know whether it's an item that we want to stock, keep on hand, or Steve and I actually discussed the fact that, it is a cost item, so we could offer up those individual aprons for purchasing, and then you would have your own, and ProGraphics would put your name on it if you wanted to do so, so you always know where your apron is. My expectations of that is to have our logo on it, and if you do purchase one for yourself, it can be worn at any function that requires food that you want to protect yourself with. So anyway, just wanted to plant that seed with you. Old people, yeah. No grease spots. Well, I don't know if neoprene would do too well on the barbecue, but so I'm looking at navy ones with the gold lettering because of our cooking and our food sources. Having a yellow apron with Taste of Italy might not be so good, serving spaghetti and other things, and then also the I'm sorry, what?
Chef's hat.
The chef's hat. Yeah. Okay. So just wanted to run that by you. Had time to share it with you. I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't get it in there. How do you do that? Oh, you do that.
We got visitations coming up. James Mossman's got a meeting over here.
Civic.
Dwayne Smith has got the videos that he's passing out. Mark Kelsey's got the Valentine list going around. The blue ticket.
Sign up for visitation.
Yeah, I said visitation, but I didn't say where to sign up. Sign up there in the back there for it, for visitations. Blue ticket, 720-560. Darlene. Red ticket, 817134. Shirley, or Mamie. Laverne. Diabetes?
Yahoo!
They're still drawing back there. Relay for Life drawing.
And President Ron gets first choice.
All right.
My good friend Ron.
He gets second.
All right.
Did I get second?
Well, if there's no other business, I'll adjourn this meeting.